Hey guys, All in Crypto here and welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, for another YouTube video. And this may be the most important YouTube video I have ever released, period, due to the current circumstances of what I'm sure those of you in the crypto space are going through. Guys, I want you to share this with as many people as possible. I want you to find those people that you believe need to hear this message and to share it with them, and hopefully you will see exactly why that is by the end of this video. What we're going to do in this video is try and normalize the situation that we have gone through. It has been heartbreaking to hear some of the stories that have kind of come out as a result of this recent sell-off, but what I'm going to do, guys, is try and be that light in the darkness for you and help you to understand exactly what is going on. This is a really important video and I cannot underestimate that. Guys, it is my belief that blockchain technology is going to change the world. I already think we are moving towards a somewhat newer world, and blockchain technology is going to be at the helm of that. And certain projects among that we speak about on a daily basis are going to be at the helm of that. What I want to spend this video doing, guys, is just kind of letting you know that we have seen something very similar to what we have previously gone through in a different market. The cryptocurrency market is still an emerging asset class. We have seen the kind of trauma that comes along with an emerging asset class, really the volatility that comes along with an emerging asset class before. And I'm going to show you that in this video. Today, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to be showing you Bitcoin right here and Amazon. Now, Amazon was one of the stocks that was involved in the dot-com boom. And ultimately, guys, I think that Amazon has given certainly me, and we made a video on Amazon and why Bitcoin is following it way before Bitcoin had even reached its prior 2017 all-time highs. Amazon really gives us a good blueprint. So what I'm going to spend this video doing is showing you the similarities between Bitcoin and Amazon and hopefully normalizing this recent sell-off that we have all gone through. It has been a brutal one, ladies and gentlemen, but I'm hopefully in this video going to give you a reason to perhaps stick around in the crypto space. For those of you who have been following my channel for long enough now, you know that I got into crypto back in 2017, really at the wrong or right time. Everything essentially crashed 95% and I was left having the monetary value took out, looking for a reason to stay in the space. And the reason that I found was just how revolutionary this technology is. Even Bitcoin being the kind of oldest blockchain that we have is exceptionally revolutionary in the properties and in the kind of ingenuity that peer-to-peer systems bring in, and certainly a decentralized ledger system. I could talk all day on that, but this video is to really kind of help you guys make sense of exactly what has gone on. And that's exactly what we're going to do. Now, is something like blockchain comparable with the dot-com stocks? I believe absolutely, because what the dot-com stocks essentially were was technology that changed not only the US, like this article says, but the entire world. It certainly revolutionized the entire e-commerce space, made it more efficient in many ways, and I think blockchain technology is very similar to those aspects. So I hope you guys are following where we're going so far. This is extremely important that you share this video, guys. I'm not just saying that because I want to get views on the channel. I actually care, like I say, about the little guy making money. In a similar way to Wyckoff, the reason he came up with his method, and we all know that was called by an individual on YouTube. So what we're talking about, guys, is we're talking about the similarities here. Now, this is Amazon, and you can see that you have this boom and bust. Bitcoin had the exact same thing back in 2017. Then what you then have from that is you have a kind of phoenix rising from the ashes. And what we have just recently seen, guys, is at one point 55% pullback for Bitcoin. If you count the wicks, around about 55% pullback for Bitcoin. This was brutal, ladies and gentlemen. And I think this has really shaken a lot of people out. Now, why was this sell-off caused? There are a number of reasons. I ultimately think it has a large part to play with insiders who essentially coordinated a sell-off that was compounded with kind of a media flow. And also, really, if you analyze and you look at the on-chain data and you look at kind of the exchange data, you can really see that essentially from around about the 38,000 mark all the way down to this wick was essentially just liquidations. So in the crypto space right now, so 775,000 traders have had their accounts liquidated. the equivalent dollar value is $8.6 billion worth of crypto. Do not trade leverage, ladies and gentlemen, because this is what happens. When I'm hearing those stories of people who have essentially lost everything, usually there's a leverage attached to that, because you won't lose anything. And I try and drill this message home until you sell if you're a spot buyer and you're holding the crypto. If you're leveraged, they will liquidate your account, sell everything, and shut you down. That's how you lose everything in the crypto space. And ultimately, guys, okay, there were a few people that kind of called for this structure, but you really couldn't have predicted this. There was no certainty that this was going to happen. It looked likely. I was sort of calling for a sell-off. I didn't think it was going to be this horrific, but really this whole period here was caused by liquidations. So if we take it from the sell-off down to there, we're still in that kind of correction range that we had all the way through 2017. But regardless of that, and like I say, what we didn't really have in 2017 was that many people putting on leverage. So you could technically say that we're still in that sort of range if you detract those leverage traders. I hope you're following where I'm going for this, guys. Sometimes I'm not the best at narrating things, but I hope that you're kind of following what I'm saying. But regardless of all that, guys, even if we did have such a severe pullback, cryptocurrencies is an emerging market. There's going to be a lot of volatility attached to it, in the same way that the dotcom stocks and certainly Amazon was part of an emerging market, and there was lots of volatility attached to that. And you saw here with Amazon that you actually quite frequently saw really severe sell-offs. I mean, here, guys, you have a 66% sell-off for Amazon. And that is, extremely severe. I mean, there are similarities between this structure here and what Bitcoin has just gone through before its sell-off. And Amazon frequently had anything up to 40% sell-offs after that. But the point I'm trying to make, and like I say, with Bitcoin, we've just seen that it's done a similar thing. The point that I'm really trying to make here, guys, is that, it's like 55%. So it was a less severe sell-off than Amazon. Bearing in mind the Amazon sell-off, you didn't have lots of people that were leveraged getting wrecked. And like we've just discussed, a lot of that from 38 to sort of 30K for Bitcoin was leverages getting liquidated. So really, I don't think that this sell-off was a severe, if you take away the kind of people that got liquidated and how that helped to drop the price as severe as some people are perhaps looking out for. And what this is now going to allow us to do, in my opinion, is essentially start to rebuild. So if we look at how Amazon acted after that 67% correction, and we look at how Bitcoin is acting today. Let's get rid of the EMA. We don't need the EMAs on for this. We are really going to hope for that V-shaped recovery that Amazon essentially had, guys. Let me just get you a clear picture of this. So this is what we're hoping for. We're hoping that Bitcoin is going to do a similar thing and essentially make its way out of this, and we can continue this bull run. Now, that does not have to happen. If Bitcoin continues to drop over the coming weeks, then we will review the situation. Ultimately, I find it extremely hard to believe that this bull run is over. It's not that I am in denial in any way, shape or form, and I am probably in a better position than most. I mean, I'm still largely in profit on my overall portfolio, considerably. I've been in crypto for 4 years, like I say, and I've kind of, I wouldn't say it doesn't worry me when things like this happen, because I would be lying if I said that. I do have diamond hands, and I hate to use that phrase after Tesla used it, but I've been here before. I was here in the worst crash that we've seen in 2018. It was horrific. I kind of know what I'm looking at, and ultimately I understand where this technology is going. And if you take into account, and we spoke to you on a number of occasions about this article here, World Economic Forum, blockchain could disrupt an $867 trillion in traditional markets. I understand where this space is going, and that's why I'm really not so worried. So that is really what I have for you in this video, ladies and gentlemen. When we look at sort of emerging markets and how they act, you can see that there is huge similarities by how the dot-com sort of boom played out, and then what the stocks kind of did after that, and how the crypto boom of 2017 played out, and how something like Bitcoin very, very similarly follows something like Amazon. Even when we talk about, big horrific sell-offs Ultimately, the main thing to remember, ladies and gentlemen, is what you are investing in. It's why we drill home that to you on every single video. If you believe in what you are a part of, then you have nothing to worry about. The price and true value are two different things. Price is one metric that we use to weigh up value. And essentially, true value doesn't get reached straight away because people are trying to kind of work out where that true value is, etc., etc. And that's what I really believe you're seeing today, ladies and gentlemen. And ultimately, I think if you take out the fact that the kind of liquidations from the leverage longs, which really kind of, in a matter of literally minutes, took Bitcoin from 38,000 all the way down to 30, you can kind of, it doesn't seem as severe as it is. It is a severe pullback. Lots of people have got very, very hurt. Ultimately, I'll tell you exactly what I've done during this dip. I've bought and I actually have orders to buy at lower prices, but I am in a position where I can afford to risk everything, essentially. I am very fortunate that I'm still young enough to risk everything and to kind of shake it off and move forwards. Some of you out there may not perhaps be as fortunate in that situation. You may have a lot more responsibilities like children, mortgage perhaps, payments, other family kind of duties. And you should really weigh up your risk in accordance with that. You don't want to bet the farm on something as risky as the crypto space. Now, I don't really think that crypto is that risky. However, what I'm trying to show you here really is that emerging markets are exceptionally volatile. And there is a huge element of risk attached with that, guys. I mean, look, the thing is as well with Bitcoin, we have actually seen a more severe sell-off. Obviously, March back in 2020, we actually saw the entire space sell off by 61%. So that was significantly more of a severe sell-off. And we survived that. I was a part of that. That was for me, I remember thinking to myself, oh, great, I've just told all my family to put money in. And this is like another 2018 moment. But ultimately what you had out of that was, yes, a few people were ringing me up going, oh, great, thanks for that. But after that, up until really this point, I've never had so many people thank me for, kind of awakening them to the crypto space. So that is really all I have for you in this video, ladies and gentlemen. Just remember what you're investing in. Just remember how emerging markets kind of work. We could have used other charts. It's just that Amazon sums it up very well. We did make a video. Go watch that video from ages ago on the channel. I think it's called Bitcoin is Following Amazon, Bitcoin is Following Amazon, where we spoke about this. And this was before Bitcoin had even reached its prior all-time highs in 2017. I have reason to believe that it's doing the same thing. And in fact, this sell-off that we've seen is really just a kind of confirming factor of that. Also, if you look at the dotcom boom, the housing boom at the housing bubble, it's a common trait with any kind of boom and bust cycle. You have the same actors, in my opinion, that were in play in Amazon, in the dot-com boom, and in Bitcoin. And what they tend to do, guys, is bring the price right down so they can accumulate before then sending this into the moon. They have a vested interest in making sure that you guys don't make money and they get to maximize their profits. That's how this works, really. So that is all I have for you in this video, guys. I hope this has made sense and hopefully made a bit of sense of all the situation. Ultimately, I don't think the bull run's over. I am confident about that in myself. However, it could well be. There's no guarantee on that whatsoever. I'm just looking at the data that I have in front of me, and ultimately I believe in this technology and I believe in where it's going, and my views really align with the core values that Satoshi set out for Bitcoin, and that is a peer-to-peer system with no intermediary or third party involved, where we have a fair metric of value, unlike the fiat systems that we have today, which are manipulated. In fact, I believe one of the reasons why there's so many people in poverty. That's all I have for you in this video, ladies and gentlemen. I'm going to love and leave you on that note. Remember, don't risk more than you can afford to lose. And ultimately, understand where this technology is going. And I believe you have nothing to worry about. Thanks a lot, guys. And I'll see you in the next YouTube video.